Right, here I am again. Yeah, so if you have questions at any point, feel free to jump in. There will be time at the end if you do want to ask some. So I'm going to talk now about the upcoming RM release. We're hoping to have a beta this month, and the main release will either be Q4 this year or at the beginning of next year. And so just quickly, I'll talk about some of the things that we've improved on in the last year, and then I'll go into a bit more detail into some of the things you can expect in this new release. So one thing we've improved on is the boundary options that we have for the vein command. So you can now use a block model as your boundary, or you can control the thickness of the boundary at the edge of your vein. There are a variety of improvements to the categorical and grade shell commands, so speed ups for those and improved accuracy for multiple ellipsoids. We've also been doing quite a lot of work in the 3D view, improving performance there. So block model rendering is something we've enhanced quite a lot, and there's more in the works for that. But we've also been kind of improving the selection, so more options for wireframe selection, and quite an important improvement, in my opinion, the swipe selection, which allows you to select things rather than the old box kind of grabbing bits in just particular areas. And I'll talk a bit about some parts of the software that have benefited from that as well. We've also improved the integration with Supervisor. That's an ongoing project, I guess, but for now you're able to kind of import those variograms that you're ready to do your estimation straight away. And yeah, we've also so now what's happening? So we've got a few things. I'm going to discuss them a bit in more detail. I guess the goal of this release is a lot of quality of life improvements and working on core processes and making things easier that can currently be difficult to use. Yeah, so these are some of the big ticket items, I guess. The faster wireframe selection. So if you use SELWF or WFCODE, they've been significantly improved in speed. As part of the swipe selection that I mentioned, we've got interactive editing of attributes and the assign and group pathology commands. Both of them significantly benefit from that, and we've improved their integration with those. Drillhole Planner should now be easier to use, and we've got a variety of process improvements. I think we've, as part of this release, things that work on files, fields, and parameters, I think we've improved 20 or 25 or something like that. Yeah, so wireframe selection, I'm kind of proud of this because it's something I did myself. I won't just talk about things I've developed myself, but we're seeing a kind of an 8 to 20%, 8 times to 20 times, not 8%, 8 times to 20 times faster now. So it used to be in Fortran. I've been asked about Fortran a few times today, but yeah, this is in C++, and we've kind of ported it over, and we've also exposed some new parameters, so the all points parameters that allows you to copy everything across. And this is kind of will build into the dynamic modeling that we're planning to do as part of Geo. So for drill hole flagging based on your input wireframes. And more processes are planned to have this same facelift. Edit attributes. I do have a video. Let's play this. So here we're seeing the use of the vein command here with kind of 2 separate vein codes. And so here we've just got an envelope around all of that. But now with the swipe selection and the improved ability of edit attributes, I'm just going to show quickly how you would kind of reflag one of these codes to something else. And now with the kind of per sample selection rather than grabbing the whole drill hole, this is significantly easier to do. It's kind of strange that we didn't already have it. It's much better now. So this is you're able to grab just the parts of the drill hole you need and flag them with the data that you want. And this can all be done while you're running the vein command or the single surface command, so that you can see the areas you're interested in and that are currently about to be modeled. So what we'll see with this video is once these two veins have been flagged with a different code, they'll be run and we'll see the two results that we get after that. Yeah, so here's the first vein. And then we'll switch over to the other. We'll produce a vein there as well. Yeah, so another thing that we've worked on in terms of quality of life, Drillhole Planner. Now, if you want to focus on a specific part of the dialogue, you can kind of close the other bits away. We've quite often found that people, once you've decided on your drill hole naming convention, you don't change that very often, so you can kind of hide that away and just carry on with the rest of your workflow. And in particular, the deviations, people were kind of doing lots of work on that, so they needed a lot more space for that. So that's something we've worked on. And you're now able to copy and paste deviations down a hole if that's something you want to do. This is something that I think is going to be one of the most helpful things for me, being able to save quick filters. Being able to validate what's going on for different data values, and being able to pull those back in when you want to use them is quite a powerful tool. So here we've set a quick filter up for the drill holes, and we've saved that, and now we can just apply it to the block model as well, and that just immediately comes in. You can have a wide range of those, you can edit those at any point, and you can kind of build up in a similar way to what you might do with legends, these filters that you might want to use later. I'm kind of building on this, wanting to make it as easy as possible for people to visualize the data in any way they want to. You're now able to apply clippings just to certain overlays. So here we're just clipping wireframes and the drill holes aren't being clipped. And you can even do that on an object by object basis rather than for a whole data type. You could just say just these drill holes I want to clip, and other drill holes I don't want to clip, or just similarly for wireframes. Been doing some work on the contouring commands. In the last year, we've made a few enhancements, so contouring can now be done at any orientation. But here we've specifically made improvements to being able to contour grades off drill holes. And so here you're just seeing I think it's actually a video. It's going to play. Yeah, so here we've produced a grade contour from these drill holes, and that will be an ongoing. We'll be making more improvements to the contouring engine as we go forward. Further work on our implicit commands. I've talked a bit about the vein command. I also have a fear of public computing. Yeah, so more speed improvements and a variety of bug fixes and stability improvements for our range of structural modeling commands. So some more discussion of the swipe selection. It's something that Assign and Group Lithology have really benefited from. We've made a variety of improvements to make that more flexible and working together with the per sample selection, which before was a thing specific to Assign and Group Lithology, but it's now more widely available. So I've talked a little bit about processes, and we've added a couple more. One of these is DAELLIPS. and this is about validating outputs, things ready to be used for dynamic anisotropy. So if you've got certain orientations, you can produce an ellipsoid file which allows you to visualize that more easily. So here you kind of see the trend, and you can decluster those results to see them at whatever granularity you'd like to see that. And we've also added a MAKEDTM process that will allow you to automate DTM surface creation. And as always, there's a variety of general improvements. In particular, data source drivers and processes, tri-val, cozone, declust, CD-tran, all of these have kind of had improvements made, new parameters, bug fixes, and advanced estimation, as always, more improvements in there. So we talked a bit about improvements related to supervisor, but now there's other options for bringing in ellipsoids and importing parameters from Estima. So if you've used Estima before, being able to pull those into the advanced estimation dialog. And that's all. Thank you. You now have your chance for questions. Yes. Yeah.
Does that relate to that geology reading within Studio RM?
Yes. So it will Studio Geo will have definitely everything in the geology ribbon will be in Studio Geo. Studio Geo, you're kind of bringing everything up ready for resource estimation. Yes. Yes, so our implicit modeling works off drill holes and strings. We kind of use our additional points as strings, but yeah, you can use both of those as inputs.
Control over the declust string that you mentioned?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. You can choose whatever kind of resolution you want for that.
That's like spatially.
Yes. Yeah. Anything else? No? Okay, thank you very much.